Our final problem, it says to find A, B, and C and give reasons why. All right, so what we're looking at here is two intersecting line segments. And when line segments intersect, they create four angles. Okay, and the angles across each other. So specifically, I'm talking about angle A and this 38-degree angle, and angle B and angle C. All right. Those are called vertical angles. So the angles across from each other at an intersection are called vertical angles. Right? So vertical angles. And we all know horizontal is left and right, vertical is up and down, right? So a lot of times people see the word vertical angles, they always think up and down. But it doesn't matter whether they're horizontally positioned, vertically positioned, whatever, that's just what they're called. They're called vertical angles. And the relationship of vertical angles is vertical angles are congruent, they're equal to each other. So vertical angles are congruent. And in geometry, the word congruent means having the same measure. So if angle A and 38 degrees are congruent, that means angle A must be 38 degrees. The reason why angle A is 38 degrees is because vertical angles are congruent. If you're giving a reason why, that's why. All right, the next fact, a straight line, which you'll notice there's two straight lines in this picture. I'll pick one of them. Let's look at this straight line here. A straight line contains 180 degrees. Right? So if I've got two angles making a straight line, in other words, angle B and angle 38 make a straight line, right? All together. Angle B is this much of the straight line, 38 is the rest of it, right? So if you take those two angles together, they make the straight line. If a straight line is 180 degrees and I've got two angles making that fact, I know that B plus 38 must equal 180. If two smaller angles go together to form a bigger angle or a straight line, the small angle measures add up to the big angle measure. So B plus 38 is equal to 180, we subtract 38 and we get B is equal to 142. Reason why? Straight lines are 180 degrees. Finally, so measure of angle B actually. Right. Finally, measure of angle C is equal to what? Why is that?
Because they're congruent.
Vertical angles are congruent, right? So measure of angle C is equal to 142 degrees. Why? Because vertical angles are congruent. Right? The reasons why things are happening is the hardest part of geometry. But it's also the most important part of geometry. So the reasons why, if you're not writing them out on your paper, if they specifically ask you to, you should. But if you're not writing them on your paper, they don't ask you to do it, it should be a mental process every single time. This is true because of this fact, this is true because of that fact. The facts themselves aren't very difficult to know. The difficulty of the facts is there's lots of them. And you're expected to remember each and every one of them. So as we go through this and we learn some rules such as 180 degrees in a straight line, vertical angles are congruent, those are necessary facts to know forever and ever and ever. They're going to keep coming up again and again and again. So make sure that you're mentally going through each problem with that mindset that I need to know these rules, so I want to know why things are happening. I want to know why these things are equal. I want to know why this equals this. I want to know why those add up to 180. Each time you do any type of picture leading to an equation structure, why is that equation true based on what fact? If you're doing that, you're going to be in good shape. If you just try and get the answers and don't focus on the whys, then you will be not very good shape by the end of this chapter. You have a bunch of stuff that you don't know how to do anymore. All right, so make sure that you're focusing on the why every single time, and you'll be better off.